All right, so there's some more news about 2SKL that I've been waiting for. Not exactly from the company though, but there's other YouTubers talking about it, which I'll give a shout out to him now. Hold on. Rufo Monger, sorry if I said that name wrong, but I'll put the original video in the description below. But he's talking about 2SKO delays. I hate that word delay, bro. Cause y'all know, anybody who's following my channel knows this is my most anticipated game, period. But yeah, new gameplay, which is nice. Oh, new gameplay mechanics, excuse me, and more. So maybe you got some information from Riot to share with us. Let's get right into it. This video is 8 minutes, a little bit over 8 minutes long, so we'll get right into it. But I'm hoping, my biggest hope is that this comes out this year, even if it's at the end of the year. Honestly, bro. On a good note, it'll be at Evo. So I tried it at Evo, and that was so enjoyable, bro. Everybody from Riot Games was cool. I met them. Didn't meet any creators, but maybe I will this time. But it was good. Anyway, let's see this. Let me give a like now. Y'all know anybody I react to, because it's their video I'm reacting to, I always want to give a like, even if I agree or disagree, whatever they're talking about.
Hello and welcome. This is Rufo Monger, my friend.
Oh wait,
it's time for a 2X.
That's a new skin. Hold on.
Hello and welcome.
Yeah,
this is
Yasuo got a whole new elf ears and everything.
Update. And this update's not the update that you might think it is. There was rumors, well, not rumors, they told us there was going to be a big February update, and now not so much, but there will be another update in its place. So, let's start at the start here, because the original news didn't come from Riot themselves, it came from a bunch of different Italian gaming websites. Maybe they didn't get the memo, maybe an embargo was set at the wrong time, I don't know specifically what happened, but we had something like this. Basically stating that next beta that we all knew was coming, hey, it's coming in April now, and it's going to be awesome, Jinx is going to be playable, maybe more characters will be playable, it's going to be worldwide, yada yada yada, and well, nah, not so much actually.
Oh.
So this was posted without Riot saying anything at all, just FYI. This was just the Italian gaming websites posting this. And
so somebody running their mouth, basically?
Sean Rivera, otherwise known as Unconkable, one of the head honchos over at 2XKO Project here, made this post. Basically letting us know how the near future of 2XKO is going to work out as things have changed just a little bit. This was originally posted on Reddit, FYI. So we've seen and enjoyed the crazy memes and the hysteria of the subreddit while waiting for the February update and want to correct some of the misinformation going around. We were planning on running a larger scale global playtest next month, and the Feb update was going to cover what was in that playtest. Instead, we are going to be focusing on running a much smaller one than Alpha Lab 1, so the original beta test, while we build out the infrastructure needed to make sure that we can get the game in even more players' hands. So basically, it's a deal of, yo, plans change. Which is fine. This is going to be
it happens, yeah. As much as I don't like hearing that, it happens.
Right? So, take your time. Not to say there won't be a big test, but it just won't be in April like the Italian websites were claiming. And the February update, well, maybe not so much in February. More 2XKO goodness is coming, just not exactly yet.
And April's still like another 2 months.
Details about 2XKO and it's evolving state.
So it's still gonna take a while anyway.
Discussion about players wondering if the pulse fuse is going away. That is the auto combo fuse. While we received a lot of positive feedback around pulse, we also heard 2 suggestions that stood out to us. First, players really wanted auto combo functionality while also using a different fuse. Second, players duoing with a friend wanted the option to individually turn pulse off or on, especially when an experienced player was doing with a friend who was new to the game. As a result, pulse is removed and replaced with an auto combo setting that each player can toggle on or off as they're choosing. And right there, I think that's an actually incredible change. I think that's
interesting.
Fantastic. I know some of y'all don't like auto combos, but
auto combos need to be in fighting games. Everybody doesn't want to spend time to master all the combos. Like, I like fighting games. I like taking the time to learn a classic combo. I have friends that play fighting games every now and then, but they do it just to join, the group and whatnot. They're not, I wouldn't say diehard. They're not huge fans like I am. They rather play other games, so they play, just to join in on the fun from time to time. And they said, I do not want to spend time learning combos. What's the easiest route? And if a company wants to be successful, you have to cater to those casual players. Everybody's not like us who wants to sit there and Heck, even in Street Fighter, there's a tournament player who uses modern controls. What is his name? He has a lot of hair. Oh, shoot, I forgot his name. Long story short, there's nothing wrong with auto combos. There is nothing wrong with modern controls or nothing like that. That does not make you a better or worse player. I hate that conversation. You won because you use it like, excuse me, need some water. But like in Street Fighter, was like, you won because you have modern controls. Oh my goodness. It's like, the modern controls doesn't help you read your opponent, whiffing, space, like the knowledge of the game. Having modern controls doesn't fix that situation. You can have auto combos, modern controls, whatever, all you want, and you still don't get your butt kicked because of your lack of knowledge. That's what separates you from. I remember Maximilian Dew said that too. He was like, knowing the combos at a classic level does not make you a high tier player. It does not give you any credit that you won the tournament or whatever game that you're playing because you did it on a classic controls. That's just something that us who grew up with fighting games did. And they want to change it they not even change it. They want to add to it, to these fighting games to bring on more of an audience. Everybody doesn't have the time we do to play. Some come home from work, they want to play for an hour. They like fighting games. What's the easiest way I could do this? Or some are tournament players like the way I told you for Street Fighter and don't want to take the time to learn it in classic controls. And that's fine. Like, I don't know why, and I grew up with the old fighting games back in the day. Dude, it does not make you a better or worse player. Like, I don't know what people are crying about that for. Auto combos is just fine. If you're losing to people who aren't auto combos or modern controls or whatever, it's a you problem. It's not them or the game. You're just not skilled enough, and that's okay. But don't blame everybody else. It's so annoying. Or what's the other one attacking? Specialty move or something like that? There ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's your preference. You don't have to have them on if you don't want to. It's just
right.
Really toggle now. And if you do want auto combos, and there's no shaming here. Not everyone can do all the crazy button presses needed, right?
Or just don't want to.
Auto combos, you don't necessarily lose out on the bonus of the fuse, because some of the fuses.
Wait, what happened?
There's no shaming here. Not everyone can do all the crazy button presses needed, right? If you want auto combos, you don't necessarily lose out on the bonus of the fuse, because some of the fuses that they're pretty damn good. Like at bare minimum, like 2x assist, right? Like, double your assist, or even Fury. Fury is kind of fire and forget for a lot of it. Just get more damage when you're lower on health. But even that's better than 0 and you just get the auto combo. So the people who want auto combos, the option is still very much available. It's still very much there. If you don't want auto combos, just don't turn it on.
Exactly. It's like, don't cry because you lost somebody doing auto combos. That's a you problem.
I think that's fine. I think that's pretty good. Also, speaking of fuses, how about new fuses? So you may have seen some discussions around a new fuse. We call it Sidekick. With Sidekick, your point and assist never switch. Instead, your assist champ stays sidelined to support your point champ, who gains additional health. So basically, the first character you pick of your team is just the only character you're going to get, but with more health. We have received tons of feedbacks from players who wanted an experience that felt more like a support role, where they could learn from the game at their own pace. And we are excited to hear what you all think when you get a chance to check it out in the future. And once again, fair enough. Keep in mind, if you're watching this, you're probably a member of the FGC. A large chunk of the audience they're going for is not FGC. They're trying to get the League of Legends audience, right? And a fuse that lets players just literally just call in the assist and, they support the main player, right? When you're playing duos, like support in
It is interesting.
Legends. Like, that makes sense. That's good. It's thematic to the franchise.
I like how clever they are with these tag teams.
And once again, it's really good onboarding for players that are newer to fighting games. They can focus
That
on
is true. I keep
calls
forgetting that these characters are from League of Legends because I don't play League of Legends. I know the show Riot, which, by the way, a great show. But when I see these characters, I keep forgetting they come from another franchise. So when he said some people just want to play it because of League of Legends, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
Keep in mind, if you're watching this, you're probably a member of the FGC. A large chunk of the audience they're going for is not FGC. They're trying to get the League of Legends audience, right?
Yeah.
And a fuse that lets players just literally just call in the assist and, they support the main player, right? When you're playing duos, support in League of Legends. That makes sense. That's good. It's thematic to the franchise you're trying to build here. And once again, it's really good onboarding for players that are newer to fighting games.
Man, I enjoy playing this game, bro. Just watching this gameplay, I'm just all in.
I don't know if just bonus, competitively, right? I don't know if just bonus health is enough to make it balanced honestly. Like, if it's just bonus health, that means you're losing out on the point characters assist when they're tagged out. A lot of various different tag combos, right? Because, the other person's not coming in for the combo. Maybe make it like a Capcom versus SNK2 ratio kind of deal, where on top of bonus health, you also do a little bit more damage. I don't know, just spitballing here, but like, on its face, it definitely seems weaker, unless that health bonus is gigantic. However, still, I appreciate the effort. I appreciate them adding new features of the game, new ways to play, and especially ways to make fighting games less scary for new players.
Wait, less what? And I know when the game comes out, they're going to update it more and more with new stuff, which is great.
Them adding new features of the game, new ways to play, and especially ways to make fighting games less scary for new players.
Yeah, because that's what these, I guess you want to call them tryhards or whatever. People like it to stay the way it's, as they say it's supposed to be, but it's not. That's not the case. Just the way you want it to be. Is that this is a business. These games are a business. They got to find a way to bring more people in. You, I don't want to call them tryhards. You, the people who don't like change when it comes to these auto combos, whatever the case may be, whatever that name is, to call people like y'all don't sell the game. Y'all don't make them a lot of money to keep going. I'll put it that way. It's the casual players. Tournament players, FGC, people like us who grew up with it and are cool with the classic controls, we're not going to make these games successful financially. They need the classic people who can just turn on the controller and sorry, I backed out of it, but spam some buttons. There are people like that. Grown adults and like kids all ages. They get up, X, auto combo. And some they master that. How can you master it? By reads, your IQ of the game, how to play the game, so on and so forth. There's more to it than just pressing X, Y, dash, 4, circle, B. It's more to it than that. But if that's your style, that's fine. That's my style. Have I ever played a... No, I mean, I'm mostly a classic fighting game player. But if I lose to somebody with auto combo or motor control, that's a me issue. He read what was going on better than me. But yeah, they have to make money to succeed. They have to increase the fan base. You're not going to do that, just cater it to one side. Get over it. It is not that big of a deal for somebody to have auto combos and want to spam buttons. If you can't beat somebody spamming buttons, you got a lot of work to do. If you can't handle somebody spamming buttons. I ain't the best player of all time, not even close. I know good and well, if I'm losing to somebody just spamming buttons, hitting X all day or whatever, that's a me problem. And a lot of these people need to understand that in any kind of game. If you're playing someone, they got the OP, you got the OP weapon. Okay, you can outsmart them, whatever the case may be. Stop blaming gaming companies and stuff. They got to make money. As long as they're not greedy, which this has nothing to do with greed, there's no problem with it. Look at yourself.
Fighting games are terrifying.
I had to read on that a little bit because that's something that always gets talked about by these, and it makes no sense. You want a motor control and what? What are you trying to prove here? It takes no skill. What? They won because of no skill. I can go on. I can go for a while for that.
Awful to play if you don't know what's going on and you just get beat up and you don't know why you got beat up. Like, that's just bad stuff. So any amount of onboarding for the new players.
Wait, what?
Player playing. Appreciate them adding new features of the game, new ways to play, and especially ways to make fighting games less scary for new players.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. Fighting games are terrifying. Like, straight up, they're awful to play if you don't know what's going on and you just get beat up and you don't know why you got beat up. Like, that's
exactly
bad stuff. So
and they meet people like us who. It could give us, you give us an hour and we could learn a whole book of moves and stuff like that and how to play the game and ins and outs, what's safe, what's not safe. And they play against someone like us and we're dominating and there's no way else for them to get better or at least compete a little bit better outside of putting the amount of time we did and learning all. And for them, would take us an hour, could take them 4 or 5, maybe longer hours. Some people are like, I don't even want to put the time into all that. So they just walk away. Game companies don't want that. They want them to stay. All right, look, when it comes to learning how to be what's safe, what's not, the frames, that's on you. We'll make it easier when it comes to the buttons. You know, we'll give you the auto combos. We'll give you the modern controls. Just hit this button. Hit this button. Everything else, I mean, they can't just, you know, put every single, like, put all these training wheels on and let them just have everything work for them. No. But button mechanics, they're like, okay, we'll give you that. And for some people who are good at classics, some just don't want to learn it no more. There ain't nothing wrong with that either. Let me hit play.
For the new players, you get a more experienced player playing up front. The newer player can just handle the assists, see how the game flow works. I think that is pretty cool. Although, if we have a support fuse, where's the jungler fuse? You know what I'm saying? Where's the top lane fuse? Where's the fuse where I spend 5 minutes of my life as Jarvan in the bush, waiting for you to come by and you never do? Where's that fuse? You know what I'm saying? And closing out, you may have seen some other cool stuff that we're cooking, but we are not quite ready to talk about that just yet. Thanks to everyone for all the eagerness to get into the mix, and we are excited to tell you more as soon as we can, ideally next month. As in, well, this right here, what I'm talking about is the February update. As we mentioned at the start of the video, plans change. Not everything's going to work out the way we thought. Okay, that's fine. At least there was this. There will still be an update next month with, you know, the more evolved, changed plans. There will still be a very big beta test somewhere in the future, but I guess we're going to have a more small-scale one while they work out the kinks first. Adding the new fuses, that's cool, that's great. There has been some significant gameplay changes from the last beta experience that we all had. That is my understanding. As far as like mechanics and general rule sets go anyways. Looking forward to just seeing how that works because they do take in the feedback, right? That's
my main right there.
Only for like the auto combo fuse stuff alone.
Until I tried Jinx.
I was very blessed to, go to Riot, last year myself to get hands on the game. And they did tell me straight up, like, they're here for the long haul. This isn't just, release, forget it, move on to the next game or nothing. They want this to be the game that lasts 10 years. They want you playing this when Street Fighter 8 comes out, let alone Street Fighter 7. So taking time to make sure you
I believe that how Riot games are.
There's no rush. There's no rush. Take your time because, if you want to be that game, it has to hit hard out of
League
the
of
gate,
Legends,
right?
Valorant, all that. They like to make games let it last for a long time. Ain't mad at that.
Leak, if you want to call it that, a bunch of Italian sites, posting that this is happening. And I'm like, oh, I guess they're just a little bit ahead of the official announcement. And then I wait, and then eventually, you get your semi-official announcement, and it's, oh, by the way, all that stuff is not happening. It's all getting delayed. But also some updates for how the game mechanics are working. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I dig it. But other than all that, my friends, that is the news and that is the video. So
all right. Well, shout out to him. Like I said, I'll put the original video descriptions below. But yeah, sorry I went on that little rant, but stop crying. And they're all the ones, they know who I'm talking to. They know I'm talking, the ones, I ain't talking to everybody. I'll put it that way. But there's a nice amount of them that be crying over these auto combos, modern controls. Auto combos, modern controls, all this stuff. Stop crying. It's a you problem, not anybody else. Get your skill up. Don't blame the person because they can do an auto combo or whatever. It's not their fault, and it's not their problem. It's not for them to think about. It's you. Get your skill up, with all due respect. Anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll see you later. Oh, I don't know when this game's coming out, but Riot, please, if y'all ever see this video, please let it be this year. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can release a certain amount of characters and say updates as it's live or something like that. Update, whatever. I'll be grateful. With the characters they already got, I'll just play with them. And then they can just keep releasing them as it goes on. Well, just keep waiting patiently. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you later.